So, enough about going home, we don't want to know anything about that. What I'm now going to do is pass you over to, of course, the best person that can tell you everything there is to know about Morocco. He was born here, unlike myself, so Ahmed is now going to go through all of the different information about the city centre.
Thank you, Stacey. So, ladies and gentlemen, right now it's my turn to tell you a little bit about Marrakech city. So, as you can see in this slide, so Marrakech city, we can split it out on two main sides. So, the first part, or the first side, it's in here what is around the old wall of Marrakech. That is the first part. The second part is what? Inside the wall, outside the wall, sorry. It's the new city, or the European part, as Marrakech people call it. So why the Marrakech people call this part the European part? Its new part is date back on 1912. So when Morocco was under the French protectorate, all the French people lived in this area here. So the new city, or the European part. So we can split it out on two main districts. So the first one is the north of Gilis quarter, or the north of the new city. This area here is a really very modern part. It's like in Europe. So we will find new shops, new bars, and new coffee, new restaurants as well. So the shops is not artisanal shops, but it's really the new mark. You will find like Zara, Lacoste, Itam, as like some new famous restaurant as McDonald's and KFC. I don't think so.
You're having a drink. So there are 3 different ways there for you to get around if you're not wanting to do the walking in this heat. So, of course, that is the main centre of Marrakech. There's lots and lots to do, and like Ahmed said, it for sure is where you'll spend most of your time whilst you are here. But there are, or is, should I say, a very different place for you to visit here, actually, probably more famous than the centre, but not known for being more famous, and that is something that lies directly out here. Some of you will have views from your room, looking directly at the Atlas Mountains, of course. Still snow-capped at the moment, and we're just hoping it's going to stay there that little bit longer, because to have this heat and snow on the mountains is an amazing viewpoint. So, if you're wanting to travel up to the most famous mountain range in all of North Africa, of course, we have the highest point here. Without a shadow of a doubt, the best way to do it is on the Atlas 4x4, because as you can imagine, a 4x4 will take you places that you can't go on a coach. It will take those winding turns and tiny little roads where you're kind of like, oh my god, hanging over the edge of the mountain, so you can get views just like this. But the 4x4 itself will take you up to 1,000 metres high into the Atlas Mountains. So yes, the air is thinner, your ears do pop a little bit, but you're 1,000 metres high and it's not natural to be all the way up there. You'll be travelling up in convoy and meeting a Berber family. So the Berber family will welcome you into their house, where you can meet the traditional dwellers of the mountains. You'll have some mint tea with them, some barley bread, hear their little stories. That's fantastic to see how they live based on how we live. It puts things into perspective a little bit, I think. You'll also be treated to a lunch on the day. Of course, we've taken you out of the hotel. Your lunch will be in the most spectacular setting with the mountains right behind you while you're like 1,000 metres high having your lunch. It really is a fantastic day. If you're into photography, you have to do it. It's as simple as that. The photos that you will get on this will totally blow you away. It's like you're on top of the world looking down on the whole of Morocco. So, there are different options, of course, for you to visit the Atlas Mountains. I've highlighted the Atlas 4x4 because it is the most popular thing in this hotel, without a shadow of a doubt. But I'm just going to pass you now over to Ahmed, who's just going to tell you about a very different way that you can go and visit up in the mountains.
Exactly, Stacey. So one of the best places you can visit outside Marrakech, it's the Atlas Mountain. So just let me give you small information about the Atlas Mountain in North Africa. So Atlas Mountain, it starts from Libya, Tunisia, Algeria, then Morocco. Exactly Morocco, outside Marrakech, that is really the highest Atlas Mountain in all North Africa. Okay, that is the high Atlas. Right now, let's move to Cascade of Ouzod. When we talk about the high Atlas, of course, we go to the Middle Atlas. The Middle Atlas is a little bit far away from here, like 1.5 hours, 2 hours driving. You will go to Ouzod village. It's Berber village. It's a very famous village. For Moroccan people, we talk about Ouzod directly, so the waterfalls or the cascade. You will spend like good day, you will have like good walking, 500 steps with a guide, down and up, so the best time to burn some calories. So for like 1 hour walking, then you will move to one of a really beautiful small city It's the Minat city. So the Minat city, it's like 15-minute drive from Uzud village. There it's very special, this city, with Moroccan tagine. Okay, all of you, you will eat tagine here, outside, the main square, everywhere. But exactly in the Minat city, the best tagine ever, so in all Morocco. I mean it, really, it's very delicious. So you will have your Moroccan tagine in the Minat city. After that, you take the road back by the other way. It's not the same way we're coming from. So we will have the last stop to visit Old Cave, so the oldest cave. So we will have like 20-minute stop to visit the cave inside the mountain. After that, you take the coach back to the hotel.
So, trust me, to the hotel, of course. So, of this picture on the screen right here, does that waterfall no justice whatsoever? I can honestly tell you that that is one of the most spectacular things I have seen since I've been here. Wow, wow, worth a trip to see the cascade there. But that's the mountain then. You've got lots of ways that you can do it. You can see on your form, some that we haven't talked about, some that we have. So, of course, we're here for all that information. But for the final thing, I always say, wherever you are in the world, you should always try and do that one particular thing that will truly tell you that you have been in that country. And of course here, Morocco, you need to do something that is specific to the region, and most of the things specific to Morocco revolve around food. So, which is always my favourite thing to talk about, of course. We don't do the gym, we always do the food. Now, to take you out on a traditional Moroccan evening is probably one of the best things that you can do whilst you are here, because you're going to totally immerse yourself in the local culture. And the best way to do that is to take yourself off to a riad. If you don't know what a riad is, then it's the old houses normally found in the centre of the Medina or in and around the main square. They look like nothing from the outside, just a random wooden door. In you go to something that looks quite beautifully like botanical gardens with palm trees and fountains in the centre. Absolutely stunning. Now, the riad that we use for a taste of riad is absolutely incredible. It is the most romantic of settings, I think. So for those of you that are celebrating your honeymoon or an anniversary or something like that whilst you are here, it is the perfect way to celebrate that special occasion. You'll be welcomed in to the setting that you can see here, all dark and lit by candlelight, where you'll be having a nice welcome drink. Course, all included. You will then be treated to an unbelievable amount of food, 6 courses in fact. Traditional Moroccan food, there is nothing there you are going to recognise, no chips, no nothing like that. All Moroccan food that you can have whilst you are here, and I can guarantee really it might be the only chance that you get to totally eat everything Moroccan. You will also have all wine, red, white and rosé, soft drinks and water all included to make the night go with a swing. Now, we do only take approximately 30 people per evening on this, so you can see it's quite an intimate gathering. It's not a great big show. You do have entertainment in the form of a belly dancer that will come round individually to your table, and you can get up and shake your things with her if you want to. Not always a great idea after 6 courses of food, but you can have a go. You will also have a little singer and dancer there, just to give you sort of that feeling that you really are in Morocco. It is an absolutely fantastic way, I think, to end any holiday here, and it is a must, like I say, if you are celebrating that very special occasion. It does run 6 nights a week, but do not be duped into thinking that you've got as long as you think to make your decision on that. It runs 6 nights a week because we have to run it 6 nights a week. That's how popular it really is.